Today, I'm proud to nominate David Chipman to serve as the director of the AFT.
So Joe Biden just nominated a multimillionaire gun control lobbyist to head up the AFT. Hi, I'm Phil, and this is the Minuteman Moment. If you didn't already know, David Chipman is a real threat to the Second Amendment. And if he becomes head of the ATF, when it comes to gun control, you ain't seen nothing yet. GOA needs you to contact your senators, especially the weak Republicans and so-called moderate Democrats, to make sure they all know the scandals surrounding this unconscionable nominee. So listen up, get the facts, and call your Senate office to give him the full scoop. The registered gun control lobbyist David Chipman began his career regulating away gun rights with the ATF. He left the ATF to lobby for Everytown for gun safety and later the Giffords Law Center. And get this, United States Senate lobbying disclosure reports indicate that David Chipman made hundreds of thousands of dollars a year from 2017 to 2020 lobbying against your right to keep and bear arms. He also made over $1 million lobbying for gun control in just 6 months between 2012 and 2013. Over the years, lobbyist David Chipman supported a host of gun control proposals and opposed good bills that would have protected the Second Amendment from more infringements. Here's a list of his dirty work. This isn't at all comprehensive, but I'm mentioning them to you to give you some insight into the mindset of an ATF agent turned lobbyist for hire that has been nominated to head up the ATF. David Chipman opposed concealed carry reciprocity, silencers helping us save hearing, Federal Firearms Licensee Protection Act, the Veterans Second Amendment Protection Act, and he supported Ghost Guns or Guns Act, the Assault Weapons Ban, Bipartisan Background Checks Act, Stop Online Ammunition Sales Act, Raise the Age Act, the Gun Show Loophole Closing Act, Universal Background Registration Checks, and he's a spiteful gun prohibitionist. David Chipman has also unapologetically made false claims about the Waco siege. Chipman incorrectly claims that the Branch Davidians used 2 50 caliber Barretts to shoot down 2 Texas Air National Guard helicopters, and that never happened. Factually, we know it didn't happen, and he lied about it. And as I already mentioned, Special Agent in Charge Chipman later left his career in law enforcement to make millions of dollars lobbying for gun control. At Everytown for Gun Safety and Giffords Law Center, he lobbied for weapons bans, gun licensing, and even against the Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act, despite being a gun owner and self-professed concealed carrier. Here, Lion Dave Chipman made headlines again when the Washington Post gave his statement 3 Pinocchios for lying about Senator Lee's suppressor deregulation bill. Chipman also advocates for arresting prospective gun purchasers in gun stores following a failed background check. For some reference, according to an Obama Department of Justice report from 2011, the background check false positive denial rate is roughly 95%. But hey, who cares? Let's use the broken NICS system to arrest prospective gun owners for pre-crime. And that may not even be his worst idea. As senior policy advisor for the Giffords Law Center, Chipman wrote an article entitled Legal and Lethal: 9 products that could be the next bump stock. The document shows how the ATF could arbitrarily ban certain shotguns, pistols, ammunition, and even detachable box magazines by regulating them under the NFA without an act of Congress. And as you know, thanks to a GOA case, the 6th Circuit Court of Appeals 3-judge panel ruled that a bump stock cannot be classified as a machine gun. Clearly, a bump stock is not a machine gun, and neither is a detachable magazine that can hold over 10 rounds. In fact, any attempted regulation based on the bump stock ban would be just as illegal and just as much of an abuse of power. So here's a question. Does David Chipman still believe the ATF should mirror its actions on bump stocks to arbitrarily and illegally ban more commonly owned firearms, firearm accessories, and ammunition? In 2020, when the anti-gunners were calling to defund the police and America seemed to be burning to the ground each night, David Chipman also publicly mocked Americans for choosing to buy their first firearm. Here's what he said.
As an ATF special agent for 25 years, I had to train repeatedly to be proficient with the use of a gun. And most of the new buyers who went out to their gun store and bought a gun have no training whatsoever. And so in their mind, they might be confident. They might think that they're die-hard, ready to go. But unfortunately, they're more like Tiger King, and they're putting themselves and their families in danger.
For all the above reasons and more, President Biden's ATF director nominee, David Chipman, is unfit to hold public office. So please, use the link in the description below and call your senator and let them know that Gun Owners of America will score all votes for David Chipman as anti-gun votes. I'm Phil, and this has been the Minuteman Moment.